Good morning and welcome to SUNUP. I'm Dave Deacon and we're coming to you from the first stop in the 2016 County Fair Series, Ottawa County. We'll have more on that a little bit later on in the show. But first, a lot of canola producers are thinking about planting in the near future. Here's Josh Lofton and Lyndall Stout with a little planting advice.
Time to talk canola planting now with our cropping system specialist, Josh Lofton. And Josh, a lot of producers still have their summer crops in the ground. What kind of advice do you have for them?
It's hard to believe that we've been talking summer crops for the last several weeks, and now it's time to start talking canola, because if not, we're going to get behind the 8 ball. But with summer crops coming out, it's time to really think about harvest for your corn and grain, sorghum, etc. Soybeans are a little bit further away, sesame's a little further away, but when we get done with harvest, it's time to start thinking about our winter crops.
And one of the first things that producers will do, or are already in the middle of doing, is selecting and buying seed, correct? What's the status?
Yeah, hopefully most of the growers have bought their seed or booked their seed already. If not, now's the time to do it. Start pouring over all those variety trial results and all those brochures to select your right one, because what we're hearing is that there's going to be plenty of canola seed, but you might not be able to get the right or the variety or cultivar you wanted in particular situations. So call your dealer now, call the rep as soon as you've decided, but now's the time to decide. Don't delay any longer.
In terms of management, what do producers need to be doing to make sure that ground is ready to go and is just like it needs to be at planting time? Yeah,
and we got a great example right behind us. Now's the tilling time. If you're going to go into conventional tilled situations, now's the time to make your passes, your final passes with tillage. We see behind us, it's a little rough. I wouldn't plant canola behind us here today because it is a little rough. We like that nice, firm, smooth seed bed. We're planting canola very precisely, so we need to make sure we're planting it into a nice bed. But if you go through and you till this, we probably like to see at least a rain or two on it before we actually go into planting. So looking at the 10-15 day forecast, there's not a whole lot of rain chances for us in the future. And we got to think we're only 25 days from the first day of planting. So getting the tilling done now, just in case we are able to catch a stray afternoon shower or something, is probably in your best situation. The no-till guys, they're a little bit easier right now, but their challenge will come at planting.
And then any other things that folks should think about, soil tests or other sort of management practices to think about this time of year?
Exactly. I mean, this is when things start really piling up. When you're out there doing your tilling, once you've made those passes, pull your soil sample, make sure you're getting the right nutrients out there where you need it and when you need it. Make sure you're going out there with your pre-emerge. Like I said, the no-till guys have a little bit longer before they're starting to really get into crunch time, but when we get into planting, that's when those no-till guys need to really make sure they're getting their burn down and their pre-emerge out. And then we got to start thinking about planting. We already got the seed, hopefully, making sure their drills or their planter are set right. 1 or 2 pounds off either direction is really challenging for canola. It's usually not for wheat. And making sure that it's planting at the right depth, the right time, getting it out there with some moisture, that's where we're going to need to go. Because we had such a successful year last year, let's make it again this year. And it starts at planting.
Sure does. Okay, Josh, thanks a lot. We'll see you again soon. And now here's our colleague Eric DeVeest with some more tips as you plan for canola.